When I was 10 years old, my fifth grade class watched a movie about clown school. And during the course of the film, one young woman in full clown costume leaned forward and licked the camera lens. I shit you not. The movie then continued with saliva on the camera lens. And at that point in time, at 10 years old, I realized clowns are fucking horrifying. Because they are adults who are choosing to do this thing. They could be doctors. They could be pilots. They could be bankers. They're choosing to be clowns. And that's just weird. Clowns are fucking terrifying. And it's not just because John Wayne Gacy was a clown. It's because, of course, John Wayne Gacy was a clown. I mean, the FBI needs a watch list for clowns because I guarantee you at least 1 out of 3 has something really, really disturbing in the crawl space. Okay? I'd be amazed if it was fewer than that. Anywho, the reason we bring up clowns is because we're looking at 2016's Clown, a movie about a terrifying clown. How about that? In Clown, Andy Powers plays a real estate broker named Kent who discovers an old clown suit at the home of one of his clients. And when the clown that he hired for his son's birthday party fails to show, he puts it on and plays the part of the clown himself. Question number 1, obviously, is what the hell kind of child wants a clown at his birthday party? And not like Superman or Spider-Man or Wolverine. But the movie doesn't bother to ask this question. It's got larger things on its mind, namely the fact that once wearing the costume, Kent can't take it off. The costume has grown to his skin, the rubber nose has adhered to his nose, and Kent soon finds himself transforming into a clown. It's kind of a horrifying prospect when you think about it. The only hope Kent has to keep from going total bozo is the costume's original owner, played by Peter Stormare. And let me tell you, if Peter Stormare is your only hope for anything, you're boned. You're done. Let me tell you, there are very few more terrifying sentences in the English language than Peter Stormare is your only hope. I think the only ones I can think of might be Peter Stormare is your dentist, or Peter Stormare is your new gynecologist. But if Peter Stormare is the guy that you're relying on, yeah. Ultimately, Ken learns that the clown costume is actually the hide and hair of a demon from the North Country, which devours children, and it is slowly transforming him into a demon. The only way to prevent the transformation is for him to devour 5 children, one for each of the coldest months of the winter. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me either, but nonetheless, there we go. Clown has an interesting production history. It began as a fake trailer that director Jon Watts created and uploaded onto YouTube. At the end of it, he has the credit produced by Eli Roth. And he did this to try and get Roth's attention and maybe get a foothold in the industry. Well, that's exactly what happened. Roth saw the trailer, thought it was a neat idea for a movie, and bankrolled it. Pretty soon they had a feature-length film. It languished for a while, looking for a distributor, and in about 2014 began to get released on the festival circuit in Europe, and now in 2016 it's available on video on demand or on Blu-ray. In the interim, Watts made the critically acclaimed and very, very good movie Cop Car. And on the strength of that, he was tapped to helm the seemingly 1 millionth reboot of the Spider-Man franchise, Spider-Man Homecoming, which is due in theaters in 2017. Clown is reliably creepy and borrows heavily from The Fly in terms of showing the clown transformation in the context of body horror, only instead of turning into some sort of a horrible mutant human fly hybrid, our main character is turning into a clown, which is arguably much, much worse. There's a couple of interesting things you could have explored with this material, but Watts doesn't seem particularly interested in going down any of those roads. Clown is a solid, if unremarkable, little horror film. Unfortunately, once Watts establishes the premise, he really doesn't do anything terribly interesting with it. And at 100 minutes, it's about 20 minutes too long. This movie would have worked at a fleet 80 to 85, but as it is, it really begins to drag toward the middle and kind of lurches to an ending which is not terribly creative or insightful and kind of a foregone conclusion, which is too bad. So to recap, clowns are terrifying. That's really just the takeaway here.